Well, what do we do on these cold, cold days without running our heating bill up so high? Me, I got a little throw electric blanket, another blanket, and another blanket, handmade, of course, both of them. Except for that electric blanket, I don't make electric. I got it on low. Me and the two chihuahuas, Ori and little guy, are under the covers. And I was thinking about people up north and kids when it gets down below in the low freezing like 10 to 20, 30 below. And I'll give you some tips. Long time ago, they used to have beds made that you crawled into, and it was like a box back in the Middle Ages, let's call it. Because them old castles and them old houses were cold. And so they slept in like a bunk bed, but it was enclosed. Well, we can still do the same thing today. You can take a bunk bed, you can close it off with blankets all the way around it, get on the bottom bunk, pile up with your dogs, your pets. I need to turn this heat down. I'm going to turn it off because the little guy will just burn up, poor baby. Uh, I don't want him getting too hot. But anyway, he's laying right there. He's got his little milk bone and he's under the covers. I'm trying to make this thing. But anyway, learn to, if you get down to where you ain't got no power, and that happens. Power goes out, no wood stove. I'm a total electric. And a lot of people that want to cut back on their heating bills and stuff. You can keep your house around, let's say, 37 to 42 degrees when you ain't up doing anything. It ain't no harm in it. Make sure you got water running in your bathrooms and your sink in the kitchens. I've got beans on in the kitchen on the crock pot that'll warm that area up a little bit. That's going to be my supper. And me and the dogs are going to chill out on these blankets till we get up and stir around. Now this next week it's going to be way below freezing, down in single digits and even colder, minuses. But if you get real cold and you ain't got no heat or this, that, and the other, set up a tent. And don't get on the air mattress because that air under it, you can't get it warm. Put cardboard down and put a mattress on top of that, and then get it inside the tent. And then nylon tents ain't too warm, but put quilts over the top of the tents, make it warmer like an igloo. Now you can survive. Candle is a good. I keep a candles all the time. Kerosene lighting. Something that'll give you a little heat. Get the smokeless kind. I use candles that's made out of beeswax. I don't smoke either. And you can get the smokeless kerosene oil. I'm watching Ice Road Trucker on the TV. I don't need the sound, but it's cold and it's going to get worse. Supposed to have snow, ice, and below Arctic conditions coming in. And me and the dog's always over there with his head out from under the covers. You don't like his head covered up here. He's too nosy. I've got a window beside me. He's looking out. All the northern windows, mentioned windows, put cardboard in them or reflectors or anything heavy drapes over them. You can do all that kind of stuff. You don't have to live in the whole house. Just live in the room that you want, the small room. I always make sure my bathrooms are going to be running because I don't want to fix no plumbing. Keep them running. I'd rather pay $100 water bill than I had $10,000 repair bill. That's right. The kids has been across there. They've been 3 years getting their house back together because it flooded, because the pipes busted. And I told them to run the water full blast if necessary, hot and cold. And if you're worrying about, they got an electric hot water tank. I said, turn the power off the electric hot water tank. Hot water freezes faster than cold, but still leave both of them running. That way you ain't trying to heat up running water. In other words, let's see what else I got going. Well, they making cold ass runs up there in the north, in the Arctic. No matter where you're living, you can cut down on your bills. I've got food coming in Sunday. My daughter's going to take me to Costco's Sunday, I guess. And I'm putting up a bunch of food to make it through the winter and beyond. Like I said, you can make it. Look at some of the old ways they used to do things. They put everybody in one bed if they had to. You don't need to keep that house 72 degrees or 75 or 80 degrees. You can keep it down around 38 to 40. As long as you got the pipes ain't freezing, and you can always cover up. You ain't doing nothing anyway. People sit around in 70-degree house and cover up with blankets. Well, you can just sit around in a 40-degree house. And if the air gets too cold on your lungs, you need to either wear a mask or get into that cubicle and warm up that air, because cold air in your lungs ain't good for you. Well, they almost had a wreck up there. But like I said, I'm just telling you, you don't have to have your house jacked up that hot. I have a sister, God bless her. She keeps her house 90 to 95 degrees. That's ridiculous. And then she worries about a $400, $500 gas bill. And propane is the worst damn thing you could heat your house with, because it puts moisture in the air. And so I keep telling her that. Dry heat's what you need, like electric heat or whatever, or wood stove, something like that. But like I said, I don't have to keep my house up that warm if I ain't moving around in it. If I am, put on some socks, put on some flannel underwear, put on a damn hoodie, fur-lined hoodie. I mean, hell. Like I said, I love my chihuahuas, because when it's cold and I get in bed, here they come. They want the whole policy will make it warm for us. And they'll sleep with me all day off and on. Now, if you're up active and got to do stuff, you'll dress for it. To me, I'm dressed for it pretty good in these quilts. I make these quilts here. And then I got a felt quilt. I guess it's whatever the hell they call it, cotton quilt. These are all cotton. I don't like it. I like cotton, and I like wool. Linen is a cold, made out of wood fiber anyway, or grass fiber. I like cotton and wool. But like I said, you can do it. You can, like I said, if you ain't working or this, that, and the other, you don't need to have 80-degree weather in your house, 75 or whatever. I turn my temps down to about 45. That way it comes on 3 or 4 times a day. when it ain't below freezing, and it only comes on about maybe 6 to 8 times a day when it's below freezing, and But like I said, that's the way I'm doing it. Like I said, I'm gonna watch my show. I checked on my beans earlier; they're good. I stirred them up in the crock pot. I put about a pound of ham in them. My dogs will be eating the ham out of my beans, and I eat the beans. I eat a little bit of ham. But they have chicken tonight. They've already had their lunch. It's only 11:05. They had breakfast and lunch. And we wouldn't eat hardly anything for lunch because he had a big breakfast. Sometimes he'll eat, sometimes he won't. But like I said, look at some of the old ways how they survived in Middle Ages times. You could a poster bed, the linen that went around the big old poster bed. That wasn't for privacy. Hell, that was to keep the occupant that was on the inside warm. And it was built all the way up to the ceiling. So therefore they covered the whole around the bed. But like I said, the poster beds now, they don't go all the way to the ceiling. Well, hell, I put extensions on them, make them sure they go all the way to the damn ceiling. And when I pull the curtain all the way around, I've got I'd say, let's say an 8 by 10 area that's going to stay warm. Well, I'm going to let you go because I'm going to watch my show. But like I said, look at some of the old ways how they survived. Now, most of them sit and sleep in a half bed. That's what I got right here. And if it gets that bad, I'll put the railings back up on it, on the sides, and close myself in. But I'm not in the Arctic North. I'm about middle ways. So the coldest we get here is maybe 25, 30 below. Which is cold enough, I guess. But I've learned how to survive it. And so is my pups. I've got a 15-year-old down there, a 16-year-old, and then I got the 8 and 9-year-old pups. But like I said, we all pile up in the bed together and we stay warm during the day and the night. Like I said, I'm not that active anymore. I don't have to get up and go to work. When the seasons warm up, I make quilts or put up food. I got a bunch of food to put up on Sunday. Like I said, I'll figure it out, and you guys too, and keep them heating bills down low. That money's going to have to be used buying food and stuff if we're going to make it. I want to talk to you later.